watching the Defiance Daily Show. It is scene 47, Trump. Take two.
I unmuted that for our live audience.
Hey, welcome aboard. Hey there, groovy guys, groovy girls. Peace, loves up, beats, bells, incense, light shows, crash pads, and Harvey Chris, and all you groovy freaks. Bring it on and power to the people. We got a special guest speaker in the audience today, Mr. Stewart Rhodes, and he is bringing heat today, folks. World's never going to be the same.
Never. Never going to be the same. We got
government agencies just burning down right now.
Oh, man.
They're trying to find us, dude. They're trying to find us.
Oh, yeah. They're trying. Good luck
There
out
was a
here.
black helicopter right outside this window, folks, a little earlier. I was giving it the finger. I was going, hey, right here, Mr. G-Man. Kiss my ass.
I thought that was one of them Asian flights we were talking about.
I think it was. One of them. Better play the.
You think the audience knows what I'm talking about here?
I don't know if they do or not, but they're about to find out. Let's do it.
Should I give them a minder?
Bring it on, brother. Bring it on. Bring it on, man.
Let me know if the audio. You can hear
It's
it.
real distorted. No, it's not good.
Oh, forget it. All right. All right.
Yeah, you tried. Hey,
I tried.
you tried.
I
Okay.
tried.
I saw
Why won't that work? You can't hear that?
Oh, it's really bad. It's very distorted, really nasty. All right, ladies and gentlemen, that's okay.
But I will show the screenshot from the flight log. So Asiana Flight 214, pilots names, Captain Something Wong,
Something Wong.
Wee Too Low,
We too low.
Holy Hook,
Holy fuck.
Bang Ding Ow,
Do it again. Do it again.
Bang Ding Ow.
Bang, ding, ow.
Yes, that was a real.
That was the crew's names.
That was a real. Is it Frozen?
All right. Well,
But I'm not connected to it. It's like Frozen.
Oh no, man! Come on.
Is that true for everybody else or just for you? We're kind of an echo chamber here, a bad reception.
Yeah, we've got folks, let us know if we're still having technical issues. If you can hear us, you can see the show. Would really appreciate that, guys. We are working on a limited internet connection. We have, or we're just getting denial of service.
I think we're getting shut down by the FBI.
I think they want Stewart on here no more.
No, they don't.
They just
It's
want
okay. Y'all come and get him. I'll meet
it.
you out
Sounds
front.
back. How's the video, folks? How's the video? You got video, Mom? Video's good.
It's just Frozen. It's
What?
from before the break.
Tarnation.
Wasn't fired up, Tarnation. You. What kind of commie bullshit is this?
I don't know, man. I do not know.
Well, I'll tell you right now. I'll tell you what we can do to fix it.
Let's remove from the stage. What'd you say there, Mel? Here, I'm going to tune in on my face. Folks, just bear with us for a moment, would ya? All right. Just bear with us. We still got more to talk about, all right? We got more to talk about.
But that should not be.
I mean, I'm seeing the video on my feed. It's lagging.
Right.
Might be your mom's phone.
Yeah, it might be.
Phones.
Or what do you have an Apple, Travis? Rose, do you have an Apple?
I do.
Okay,
You trying to feed the Longhorns?
Listen, man, I don't want to get. Last time I made a comment about the Buckeyes or something like that, you and your buddies almost melted down and have a regular conniption fit.
need
or something.
to-
I don't get
You
any
need to
of it.
hush your mouth.
Yeah,
Hush your
you said
mouth.
no. I think you said.
Stop
I
it.
think what you said, if I can quote, "Shut your whore mouth," and I'm like, what the hell? I just said Buckeyes.
You shouldn't be doing this kind of thing.
See? And I mean, dude, I got video of it. They're like, shut your whore mouth. We'll shut it for you. And I'm going, whore mouth? What
Where's this come from?
what is this going on? Oh, man, I tell you right now. And I said, you want a piece of this? You want a piece of this?
You want a piece of my whore mouth?
Yeah, I'm telling you.
Oh God!
I didn't say that. I wasn't quick enough.
Ew.
Stuart,
Dastardly man.
Stuart is like, Stuart, one of the things you're going to need to do when you come back and see us, and I pray to God you do, because we want you back. We'll do anything. I got a whore mouth, but
Oh God, Mark.
what I was going to say,
man.
TMI.
I was going to say, you're going to need to meet Mr. Tolly Toth.
Oh, Tolly
Okay.
Toth. Yeah.
Well,
You got to have video segments ready for
yeah,
Tolly.
that's what I'm saying. He's
he's
got to come back.
Well,
He's got to.
he's a snob,
Yeah.
and he's very into performance arts, like the
Oh.
super liberal, where
Right.
they
He drives a
they-
Mini Cooper, dude.
Is he a mime?
Does he what?
Is he a mime?
He likes them if they do it in a trans ideological kind of vacuum.
Yeah.
Right.
A lot
And
of
he's one of those modern art fetishizer kind of
a lot of ketchup in his art.
a lot of ketchup on canvas.
Yeah. And
Who
doing
was
it with
who was
different
that
appendages.
anti-Trump supporter, the trans man that urinated in gallons and gallons of jugs?
Oh,
stored
you
how many
know,
gallons of
liters.
jugs?
Leaders, like leaders, dude.
All to protest Trump.
Yeah,
So makes sense, right?
Right.
filling up liter jugs with urine. He was doing a liter a day,
A liter a day.
and he had them. And
Let's
he was
see if I can
protesting.
find that.
But anyway, you're going to need to come back because you are going to need to meet Mr. Tolly Toth.
Uh-huh.
Okay, he sounds interesting, right?
Right. No.
No, well,
Well, he's look, we just don't have the level of sophistication
right.
that we could understand. I don't get the
I know.
protest of urinating
Tolly
I-
Tolly Toth? What's that mean?
Tolly
Toth.
Tarth. That's his name.
That-
That's his name.
What? What did you call him?
Tolly Toth.
Toth, right?
Yeah.
T-O-T-H? I thought it was T-O-T-H.
Well, it's I put it in his vernacular, but he rails from Derbyshire,
He comes from Derbyshire, dude.
and you know who our favorite gal in Derbyshire?
Yeah, we
is.
know who. Oh,
You ever seen the police chief down in Derbyshire?
She would love you, Stewart.
Yeah.
Yeah, we could probably. Hey, we might be able to do a little love connection there between Stewart.
I don't know if he'd go for that one, man.
Probably
No?
not.
And well, he's off social media, so
Well, they could both
you're in
go
the
for.
plus there. They do like to arrest people in the UK for
Thought crime.
social media
Listen,
posts.
Thought crime.
What they could do is they could do like a team, like a Brazilian thing, and do video of it and do a shout out, and then have steak, and they could do it together and see who screams the loudest. But this lady, Stewart, I wouldn't do it to you, brother. I mean, I wouldn't. No, you're my bro now, man. So, but if you got
Rachel
an enemy,
Swan. You can't see it on screen there, but
No.
she's the
if you got an enemy, maybe we could hook her up with somebody like
Re-ups.
who?
Ray Epps.
Yeah, exactly. That would
Oh
be-
man.
so we could do that. We could that. My
Harry
yes,
Dunn. That'd be good. That's a good name, actually. Harry Dunn.
Harry Dunn.
Yeah. he'd be
Yes.
Good for Brazilian
Harry
wives.
Dung.
Harry Dunn.
Harry
Oh,
Dunn.
okay.
Yeah,
Want to make sure I got that.
yeah.
Harry Dunn. There you go.
Harry Dunn, which is kind of nasty when you think
Yeah.
about it. Yeah, it's
Yep.
like, what have you been eating, pal? Right? You know,
Harry Dunn.
you're supposed to defer it before you eat it. Okay.
Do you defer it? You
Well,
defer.
I mean, or you defer to something else. Wow. Stewart has started something with this
Harry
Brazilian
Dunn or
thing.
Harry Dong?
Harry. Oh
I
God.
think Harry Dung is better for him.
Wow,
Yeah.
Harry Dong. Wow, one for the donger. We're gonna go 16 candles.
Oh yeah.
Well, we got to dedicate an entire show to 16 candles. If you're gonna,
Should we do that?
we really do. We
You'd have a hoot and holler for that one,
man,
wouldn't
I know the whole movie. I can quote the whole thing. That one in Caddyshack, I can do the whole damn
you?
thing.
Man.
What's that? No more Yankee, my wanky, my sexy America golfer.
You can't make those movies anymore.
Oh, John Hughes.
Mhm.
John Hughes. That.
How about Weird Science?
Oh,
That was one of Dad's favorites.
no,
was
me
Weird
and your dad.
Science.
Me and your dad used to watch that.
You're
Dude, I swear- stupid one. Bang. Us and those two girls right there, and then they get pantsed. Oh man, that was. Oh, see, I was the nerd in high school, so I always got the icy dumped
You
on
were
me.
not, were you really?
Oh, dude, I was like,
I heard you were a
horrible.
heroin addict in the military.
I was a heroin addict in the middle. That's how I got the nickname OD. We didn't talk about that, Stuart, but I was the nerd. What's that?
Oh yeah, the flat tops. Oh yeah, Mark.
I didn't have a flat top in
Bull crap! I've seen your profile picture. Okay,
not when I was in high school.
I gotta show. Oh, not in high school.
No, I've had buzz cuts. Oh yeah, I've had Well, my hair's long as it's been, but that's going to get a lot longer. I'm going to have gross stuff down to my butt. But I've had it also just all shaved off because
God bless you.
But yeah. So, but I've had my hair all shaved off and everything. But I did get I flunked a pee test when I was in the Marine Corps, and it was for heroin. Shit, you not. I don't drink or do nothing.
Yeah,
I
for
don't.
those of you who don't knowing Mark, y'all been
I-
watching the show, you got to know him pretty well. The idea of Mark drinking or consuming any type of drug or anything
Never-
is just
never done it.
beyond ridiculous.
Never done it.
So I was actually shocked to hear the story. Explain yourself, Mark.
Well, no, it was just so it's when they first started doing them. So
We
it
got
was early on.
poppy seeds.
Bingo.
That's
So
it.
everybody knows it now, but back then nobody. So I come in for drill on a weekend, and Sergeant Major Jones, he was our sergeant major for, I guess, battalion sergeant major there, and he was dark green Marine, and he come out to get me. And you know, when the sergeant major comes and gets you, you're thinking,
You're in
what the?
trouble.
Well, that's what. And so we're walking back to the office, and I'm trying to. So Sergeant Major, and he said, "Man, you flunked your P test." Well, I start laughing because I think this is a joke. Okay, somebody's playing a joke. He goes, "This ain't funny, boy." And I'm going, "Well, Sergeant Major, I don't." He goes, "Yeah, man, this is a bad one." And so we go back, and they said, "You flunked a P test." I can't control myself. I'm just like, "You guys don't. Y'all know me. You people know me. I don't nothing." And they're going, "Well, this is for heroin." And I'm thinking, holy fook. I'm like, long duck dong, what? Heroin? I mean, you don't just try heroin. It's kind of like what we were talking about earlier.
You don't accidentally. I didn't realize I was eating heroin.
Exactly. Man, you try, you try mint chocolate chip ice cream. Okay. You try that. Okay. You don't try heroin. Like, hey, let's give this a roll.
Right.
You know?
You ever tried this flavor of bubble
Yeah, have you
gum?
ever tried this?
It's
Hey,
black tar.
It's black tar. And anyway, so I didn't sign off for office hours because normally you just sign that you're guilty, you do your off, Article 15 or whatever it was, or I forget. But anyway, I said I ain't doing it. They go, "Well, you're going to be court-martialed." Dude, I requested a court-martial.
Yeah, why not?
Oh no, because I was like,
Yeah.
you guys are out of your. You think because I'm a
Once
Houston
you-
cop.
Same thing. Once you confess that you didn't do it.
Exactly. I said, you people are so after that, everybody started calling me OD for overdose, which was really so funny because I'm serious. I didn't drink, I didn't party, I didn't do nothing. You know what I'm saying? I didn't even get a Brazilian back then because I didn't know what that was, right? I got introduced that to you by you, Stewart. So I've got you to thank for that. But I mean, holy fook, man. But yeah, so that's how I got the name OD.
Yeah, that's a real good story, Mark.
OD Green.
Well, you could take it like that, but they meant it as an overdose.
I know. I got you.
Okay. So, but anyway, I've never overdosed. I've never taken heroin, never smoked dope. I did do some steroids one time. And that was fun. I did enjoy that.
Man, you
What
were
was his name?
I was jacked.
what was his name?
Did he get that from you, Mel?
Oh,
I mean, is he-
he's quick. Look,
okay.
these two right
Okay.
here.
Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
man.
Okay. 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 Okay.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. Okay. Whatever you want, Leo
name
gets.
Arnold?
What?
Okay. Okay. What?
I'm on?
It's going again.
Is it going? Are we rolling?
So
I think the video is a little choppy.
Well,
it's very choppy.
Damn it.
as long as you're getting it recorded there, dude, we're gonna be solid because we're gonna.
No, it all records out of the live set. The live stream's choppy. We got audio. We can work this out.
Okay.
Stuart, y'all got to come back, man.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
Come back
back
to
when
the
you guys get your shit
come back to
together.
the Conroe studio.
Yeah, we need to. Yeah, we've got.
we need to do this, but no, we still got some good material. I'm gonna try to refresh the feed, but I'm a little nervous to do that.
Let's just
You gotta
Just go
start
yeah,
forward.
let's just we'll no. Hey, well, I mean, what were you planning on doing? I was like,
I was
how
seeing
long-
if I could refresh it. I don't think it ends the stream because I was doing that earlier. Let me try this here. Roger. All right, let's get Roger in the room here.
Clearing up a bit.
Isn't?
Yeah.
I wonder if it's because God, we got a lot of people
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. I mean, you look a lot clearer now.
Is it still chopping? Can you see me chopping? Chop, 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 chop. All right, let me. I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna refresh the feed.
What was the name of that chicken place we stopped at?
Say prayer.
First got out.
The what was?
That
The
that
chicken
convenience
place.
store where they were asking what my first meal was.
Yeah.
That was
What was it?
forgot.
Hart's Chicken or
No, it was like
It
a
was
little.
convenience store.
But they were known
Chicken-
for the chicken.
Chicken Express?
Yeah, what's the Chicken Express?
Chicken
They were known for
Express or-
they were known for the chicken. Yeah.
I don't think they had chicken in their name, did they?
No, but they were known for the chicken.
Really?
Yeah.
Yeah.
What's your favorite chicken?
My favorite chicken?
Yeah, like fried chicken from a restaurant
Oh,
or a
if I had to pick like a fast food place.
yeah. Oh, that doesn't be. It could be a restaurant. Hell, it could be the Four Seasons. I don't care. What's your favorite fried? Favorite chicken?
Popeyes.
Yeah, Popeyes is good, bro.
No,
Dude,
Churches.
Well,
Yeah,
Churches is really
Popeyes
good
is
for the
better.
but let me tell you this. Popeyes gave up the best item that was on their menu years ago. Back in the 80s, they used to have onion rings on their menu.
Hmm.
And they were the most amazing onion rings you have ever. I swear to you, it was a religious experience every time you ate one. You had to get a large order, and it was like a bucket of onion rings, and they were hand breaded. They weren't none of this so the batter was like real flaky and just light, and the onions were they used like sweet Vidalia onions. And let me tell you something, man. You couldn't stop eating them. It was. I think I blew up to about 325 pounds. I used to get them every day, and I just quit eating their chicken. I just started eating their onion rings, and I'm sure that led to my first heart attack. But they gave up. They took them off the menu, and I never understood why. But that is really good fried chicken.
Yeah, it was good.
Now, do you like the spicy or you like the regular?
Both.
Ooh, so you go both ways.
They asked me. They said, "So what was the first thing you wanted to eat when you got out?"
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so you you really wanted a chicken, or you didn't care? Or,
No, I said, well, I can't talk about that.
oh, that's well.
This is a family show.
And I said, man,
Oh,
that's
you mean
when we
food.
started.
Okay.
That's when we started talking about Brazilians. That's how we got on the.
That's right.
And then I'd never thought about getting a Brazilian before I ate a steak, and now I'm curious. And so I asked these guys because Rose and Travis spend a lot of time up here, and I go, "Is there a place to get a Brazilian here in Groesbeck?" Rose isn't sure, so
Do they have Brazilians in Texas?
Probably Mahia.
we'll get one. You know who's from Mahia? Do y'all know who's from Mahia, Texas? Y'all do know who it is. You might not remember, but y'all know Anna Nicole Smith. Yeah, she started the Brazilians here in Mahia. Yeah.
In fact, that's a big, she worked at that Jim's fried chicken.
Yeah, she worked at the chicken place. That's what
Ah.
you know what we ought to do? Let's go there for dinner. You like fried chicken?
Sure.
And we'll go to Jim's. And we'll say, is Anna around? Oh, that's right. She's dead. Do what? Yeah, she died. Yeah, she died overdose. Poor thing. Just yeah.
She actually died from an infection that she was giving herself. HGH injection.
Are you
Oh,
kidding me?
Come on.
Are you pulling my leg? You're
No,
serious.
no, I'm serious. She got an infection. Her fever got really, really high, and she died in her room. She wouldn't.
Damn.
She wouldn't go to the.
You wouldn't go to the
I have no
hospital.
idea who you're talking about. Who's that?
Anna Nicole Smith. She was a blonde bombshell. She
Hmm.
yeah, she married a 90
Oh, okay.
and
that.
then the son of the 9-year-old man, he was a billionaire, Texas oil man. He sued Anna Nicole, said, you just made her. Anyway, it was a big lawsuit, but she ended up doing some reality shows. She was just a total mess. She just ended up getting on drugs, and
Hmm.
she was truly a beautiful, beautiful young lady. Very Maryland. Truly, truly tragic. But she's here from here in Mahia. She's that's where she ended up in Houston, being a stripper at a couple of the strip clubs down there and getting arrested by the popo. And then
Oh, and I remember her. Okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
but that's this is where she's from.
Hmm.
So you can say, hey, I know where Anna Nicole Smith is from, and the people are going to go, you don't really care. Why would you even say that? And we go, well, because you need a Brazilian.
Well,
Yeah.
the builder that built this, Steve Mansfield, is her cousin.
Oh,
What?
really?
Is he really?
Mhm.
That's nuts.
How about that? Small world, but it's all good in the hood. But anyway, I can't eat fried chicken though, but it did sound good. You made it sound good, Stuart. You did. And you said you'd like potato wedges instead of mashed potatoes?
That's just what they had. So yeah.
But if you preferred, what would you rather have?
Depends, man.
Well, it
Some
depends
days-
on what. It depends on what the gravy is, right?
We can go to the sale barn.
Oh, that's where we're going.
Oh,
Yeah.
well, if you want some nice chow, you go to Sale Barn because Travis is going to do a review. Have you seen him do the his barbecue review, his brisket
Oh,
review? Let me tell you something.
That's chicken fried steak.
Oh,
Listen,
Man.
Travis gets animalistic.
I'm classic with it.
I witnessed this one time. Okay, I want to tell you something I witnessed. We went up there and Travis got a chicken fried steak. Okay, and he was hungry. He was ravaged, and he got him chicken fried steak and got a little excited. Man, he was really getting going. And next thing you know, he splashed a little gravy up here on his forehead area, and his tongue beat his brains out trying to get that. And I was so impressed with that tongue. I said, "Boy, has anybody ever told you
That when
you
you got
got
the gravy went like that?
Yeah, I was like, "Hey man, put me on that gravy boat." And
Put gravy in your lap?
boy, I had a little action.
No.
And so I got up on Travis's gravy boat,
Oh, no.
we was just like peas and carrots after that.
People got all kinds of questions over there from Mr. Sticky Britches.
Wait a second, are we live?
Oh, yeah,
No, we're not.
I swear to God, we're live.
No,
We've been doing this the whole
are
time.
you?
What do you think we were doing, man?
Oh, I thought we were
We're on
down.
a radio
Oh,
show.
My grandkids are watching
Yeah.
this.
No, this is a radio show.
My grandkids are watching. They're going to be they're looking at their mom and going,
Oh,
"Is
you're
that silly Gramps?"
y'all tell Mark in the comments he's fine.
What is Papa
He's
talking about?
Yeah, what is? Well, I'm not a silly. They call
He
me
just-
silly Gramps. I know you can't.
In
even
this
imagine.
day and age, you shouldn't be judged for it. You know how.
I
it
know
goes,
I
man.
shouldn't be. Hey, you grandkids, you just run along now. Go play outside in the traffic or something. There
Well,
you go.
Folks, you are watching the Defiance Daily Show.
Is that what this is?
Yeah. I really appreciate everybody tuning in and bearing with our ADD episodes
They
here.
can follow us over to the sale barn for some chicken fried
Follow us
steaks.
over to the sale barn.
us over there.
Think,
Why don't
look,
they can meet us over there.
this is
It's like Defile Daily.
What's that?
It's become
yeah.
Defile Daily.
Defile
when
Daily.
when do they close?
9.
Oh, okay. We're
Tell
good.
everybody to meet us there. Say,
Yeah, y'all come on down, Grossbeck. Take
Come
us
on
down to the
down,
sale
Grossbeck, baby.
barn, sell some cattle, and eat some chicken fried steak.
Hey,
with me.
chicken fried steak, and it's the home of the what? What is Grossbeck known for? Stuart, you should know this now. It's a pop quiz.
It's on 164.
No, it's the greatest Dollar General.
Oh,
it's
that's
their
right. Yeah, yeah,
showcase.
yeah.
It's their galactic headquarters.
Literally the best Dollar General
So,
on the planet.
What we'll do is let's meet at the sale barn, have chicken fried steaks all the way around. Okay?
And then you're going to give Stuart and Mel
and
a
then we're
tour of
all
the Dollar
going to take
General.
everybody over to the Dollar General and have a little tour. Okay.
Man,
And we'll meet old Yeller over there. There's a girl.
Oh, Yeller?
What?
oh, Yeller.
What's that? What happened? What?
Blue hairs are starting to get in their car, getting ready to go.
Yeah,
Oh,
we got to get
yeah.
on. We got to get on with the show, Mark. Come
Okay,
on,
I'm
man.
sorry.
You,
Okay.
you
I'm
ready?
getting all
Are
excited.
you all settled down
I'm
now,
getting all excited,
man?
bro. Just to tell
Sacrifice
you,
Mark to the blue hair.
man.
Oh, yeah.
I'm hit-
Put them in line.
maybe they can do my Brazilian.
Ain't Mark beautiful? Can you
Mm.
show the
Mm.
the audience your beautiful hair?
Mm.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah. There we go. Oh, why'd you look at Stewart? when
No,
you-
I was looking up.
You made him real uncomfortable.
Yeah, Stewart. Yeah, Stewart doesn't. He gets. Yeah, I think he's a little.
Uh-huh.
I think he's a little phobic.
I think.
think-
I'm out of prison after all.
Who's that
Hey,
guy?
who's that guy? What the hell? You guys got you guys just have people showing up over here, Travis, and
No, we got people working on things.
okay, all right. Well, I tell you, I might go out there and just, tell him a thing or two. I was about to say something else, and
Nah, don't do that thing.
but hey, man, we're in Texas. We protect property.
Well,
Yeah.
look, we really appreciate everybody tuning in. We've been going on for 4 hours and 25 minutes. This is the longest
Maybe.
podcast we've ever done. Oh, by far. by
Wow.
far. We do extend it a little bit here, but this is also this is the most viewers I've ever seen. Stewart, thank you so much for joining with us, man.
Stewart is
Really appreciate it. And
he's a rock star.
I think I wanted to do like an interview Q&A with them, but we should probably do a pre-recorded session and release that later. Make sure the video quality is good. Because there's a lot of questions I want to ask Stewart.
Hey, any questions from the audience? I'm kind of curious.
Yeah, anybody in the audience, go ahead and queue up some questions.
Ask me anything. We'll do it quick.
Ask Stewart
Be careful
Rhodes
now.
anything.
Be careful, Stewart.
Anything.
I might plead the fifth. So
Okay.
He reserves the right to plead the fifth, but
Boy,
if anybody's got comments out there, let's see it,
Some of
and
the-
I want to see it. Make
Some of the
sure
subject
I can,
matter here.
I can get some of this on stream. So
If any of my grandkids come on there with a question, send it through me first, because
send it through.
I might have some.
Yeah, folks. Anybody, if you got questions, go ahead and queue them up for Stewart Rhodes here, and
Or anyone claiming to be my girlfriend or the mother of my
why
another child or
are
something.
the, so I'm having a little trouble in the comments here. Jesus. All right, bear with me, folks. All right, so we're going to go over to the next segment real quick, but if anybody has any comments or questions for Stewart Rhodes, please drop them in the comments. We'll make sure we get them going. Why are we not? Okay, hang on here.
I think that's where the electrical box.
Well, he's busy doing something.
I'm just checking the live feed here, folks, because I don't.
No,
wanna-
that's septic. Yeah,
Oh, septic.
That's
Oh,
septic.
okay.
don't tell me he's going to climb down in there. If he is, we're taking the cameras out there. That'll get real interesting.
Okay, there's a
Yeah.
15-second delay. Okay, here's a question. Or that's not a question. That's kind of a statement there.
They're not cussing at us, are they?
3:28. No, it's a 15-second delay. Man, George Mason, you're awesome, dude. Thank you for the comments and the feedback. We're still in a little bit of a delay, still a little bit choppy. Again, anybody who has questions for Stewart Rhodes, feel free to drop them in the box or continue listening in. You are watching the Defiance Daily Show. We're probably going to wrap up here soon, but I did want to end it on this note, get some comments and feedback from Stewart Rhodes himself here. And this is really just kind of, it's really highlighting the mindset of the people that rule elements of our government, of our media, and all these different corporations and the type of things that they're into. And this is, I know this will fascinate Mama because this almost has the intrigue of a mystery novel and the kind of things that are out there. So I wanted to go over Peter Nygaard. So Peter Nygaard is a fashion mogul. He looks like Count Dracula in the flesh. I would share on screen if this wasn't lagging a picture of what he looks like, but I want to go to some of this and get everybody's thoughts on this. So the case of Peter Nygaard, the Canadian fashion magnate turned international criminal defendant, represents one of the most disturbing convergences of sexual predation, corporate exploitation, pseudoscientific ambition in modern history. Over 5 decades, Nygaard built a clothing empire while allegedly orchestrating a systemic sex trafficking operation targeting vulnerable women and minors. Parallel to these crimes, he pursued controversial medical ventures rooted in unproven stem cell therapies and transhumanist ideologies, leveraging his wealth to fund experimental anti-aging research while espousing eugenicist principles. This report's going to analyze the evidence from civil lawsuit, criminal indictments, investigative journalism, and unravel the full scope of his crime. So his criminal enterprise relied on meticulously. This sounds very familiar and relevant to Epstein. This is why I'm adding this in here before we all the same stuff, same MO, folks. In every kind of country, you got a fellow like this. His criminal enterprise relied on meticulously organized infrastructure to identify, groom, and exploit victims across North America and the Caribbean. Employees of his were instructed to target women and girls, often from economically disadvantaged backgrounds or with histories of abuse, using promises of modeling careers, financial stability, and access to exclusive parties. Recruiters maintain a database of over 7,500 victims, cataloged with photographs, personal details, and ratings, which spanned from 1987 until his arrest in 2020.
And ratings, huh?
Ratings, yeah. And you got to ask yourself, that's a long time to operate in that kind of capacity. And then he's arrested in 2020 when he's nearly dead. The system enabled a Nygaard to methodically select his targets, many of whom were minors as young as 14, for exploitations at his properties in the Bahamas, Los Angeles, and Winnipeg. Once lured to his estates, victims faced a regime of psychological manipulation, physical confinement, and sexual violence. Survivors described being drugged at pamper parties hosted at Nygaard in his Bahamian
Being
compound.
drugged?
Yeah, drug. Yeah,
At what
that's
kind of parties?
that's a better way.
What kind of parties?
He called them pamper parties.
What the
Pamper
Wow.
parties.
Wow.
dude,
Y'all put
that-
put those together.
Right.
God Almighty, man! I can't.
He hosted them at his compound where alcohol and sedatives were used to incapacitate them. Those who were resisted were subject to forcible rape, threats of violence, or blackmail, with Nygaard and his associated confiscating passports to prevent escape. In some cases, victims were coerced into recruiting others under threat of retaliatory lawsuits or public humiliation, mirroring tactics employed by Jeffrey Epstein's network
And the FBI.
and the FBI.
Yeah.
Same exact thing. Funny how they're all kind of similar here. This was great to cover this. So the scale of these operations drew comparison to organized crime. Tactics from the U.S. Department of Justice, tactics from the FBI. The U.S. Department of Justice indicted Nygaard for trafficking, racketeering, and so nothing related to the sex trade. Racketeering in 2020, citing his use of corporate funds to facilitate trafficking across international borders. By 2024, over 125 women had joined a class action lawsuit against him, alleging decades of abuse. Criminal charges in Canada and the U.S. included 6 counts of sexual assault, 3 counts of forcible confinement, and federal sex trafficking charges carrying potential life sentences. Witnesses testified to his use of bribes, intimidation to silence accusers, including payments to fabricate affidavits and threats of reputational destruction. His 2023 conviction in Toronto on 4 counts of sexual assault marked a partial victory for survivors, though extradition to the U.S. remained pending as of 2025. Parallel to his criminal activities, Nygaard invested heavily in unregulated stem cell therapies, positioning himself as a pioneer of reverse aging. Through his Bahama-based Nygaard Biotech, he funded somatic cell nuclear transfer experiments, a cloning technique involving the insertion of his DNA into enunciated human eggs to produce embryonic stem cells. He claimed these cells injected quarterly had reversed his biological age, citing his now discredited University of Miami study. He framed his research as a humanitarian effort to eliminate disease. See, that's the thing too. We talk about that, Mark. It's always for the children, for disease.
Oh, it's for the children.
They're not just going to come out and say these experiments are, doing it because they want to live forever, or they want to artificially inseminate a majority of the world through different kinds of ways. The most grotesque dimension of his medical endeavors emerged through investigative reports linking his anti-aging regime to forced abortions. According to interviews with a former associate in law enforcement, he impregnated underage victims, coerced them into terminating their pregnancies, and harvested fetal stem cells for injection, a practice he believed would enhance his own longevity. These allegations align with his documented collaborations with Chinese biotech firms like BGI, known for ethically dubious genetic research. Witnesses described him traveling to China to study advanced stem cell extraction methods, suggesting a global network complicit in these abuses. His interests extended beyond personal rejuvenation into broader eugenesis type projects. He openly praised the Bahamas gene pool for producing Olympic athletes and partnered with the Lifeboat Foundation, a transhumanist group previously linked to Epstein, to explore genetic enhancement technologies. Emails leaked in 2024 revealed discussions with Harvard geneticist George Church about CRISPR-based gene editing, though Church distanced himself after his arrest. These alliances underscore his alignment with fringe scientific movements that views human evolution as a commodity controllable by wealth. So his relocation to the Bahamas in the 2000s facilitated both his criminal and scientific enterprises. He'd lobbied aggressively for stem cell legislation, culminating in the 2014 Stem Cell Research and Therapy Act, which allowed unregulated therapies if deemed innovative.
Just trying to live forever.
Just trying to live forever.
Right.
Yeah. Yeah. The self kind of megalomania,
Right. Demigod.
narcissistic.
Wanna
Yeah.
be demigod.
Wanted to be a god, basically. Yeah. So he drafted his own provisions to shield his own experiments from oversight. Bahamian officials, I guess you could call it, denied direct influence. The law transformed the Bahamas into a haven for dubious medical tourism, attracting wealthy clients seeking unproven treatments. Following his 2020 arrest, his physical condition deteriorated rapidly in Canadian custody. Medical reports noted severe weight loss, cognitive decline, heightened risk of cardiac events, attributed to stress and inadequate nutrition, probably not eating enough fetal tissue from babies, aborted babies. His legal team cited these issues in failed bail appearances, arguing that prison conditions amounted to pretrial punishment. However, they didn't buy it. Let's see. Yeah, so he basically positioned himself as a biotech visionary. There's a famous interview with him in two black females, and he's sitting there talking about their bone structure and how beautiful they are, and offering to pay them if he could inject his semen into one of them and produce some of these babies.
The
And
old-fashioned way or some kind of newfangled
no,
way?
just like probably they're one of his probably a syringe of some sort is my guess. But
A turkey baster.
if we'll have to show that in studio because it's a creepy video. But my whole point is you've got a whole system out there that's doing all these things. They take the same tactics the FBI uses. Different elements of the CIA are being used by these same people.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the type of shit that they're into. So these are the people we know about that are doing these kinds of things. So when we're seeing Trump in office right now, and you're talking about uncovering these Epstein files, there's other Epsteins that are out there. There's no doubt about it.
Or Bill Gates. What's he into?
What is Bill Gates into? There was
knows?
there was a lot of rumors and allegations after his wife had divorced him about some of the stuff he was into and everything, all the bad stuff.
Or Zuckerberg. Look at him.
Or Zuckerberg. So and there is this obsession with this transhumanist living forever kind of thing, and almost this ritualistic abuse of kids that parallels into it and some of this.
They all want to be Highlander, right? They want to be the only one.
They want to be the only one.
That's right. They want to be the only one.
Be the only one. So, and this is, when you look at him, it is kind of vampiric Dracula type behavior. And nobody, how many, I'd be curious in the comments, how many people actually knew about Peter Nygaard? Mom, have you heard about this guy?
No.
Nobody's heard about this guy. Nobody's heard about these figures that are involved in high profile cases. And these are people from the public sphere. And there's people like this that support it within the government. You got people like Bill Gates, who's an avid believer in overpopulation of the earth. So on one hand, you believe in overpopulation, but you're here to save humanity and roll out these campaigns. And mind you, I know covering this stuff with Stewart, they're going to try to lump you in with some of this. But did any of that sound conspiratorial to you? What we just covered?
It's conspiracies.
It's conspiracies, but it's not theory. This is real shit that's going on.
Yeah.
These Epstein files, and the point I'm bringing this up is because when they're desperate for narratives, if you look at Stewart Rhodes' case, they gotta put him as the leader of this insurrectionist violent movement. You gotta sway the court of public opinion just to get you away from stuff like this, because they're not talking about Peter Nygaard. They're not talking about all these other elements. And they're not talking about the fact that our government agencies, our taxpayer money is going towards these same tactics that are being used for these blackmailing type of schemes. No doubt about it. When you're doing these kind of things, Peter Nygaard had also had a network and dossier of people that were also involved. So when I speak to this and Trump out there doing this is what he's up against. These are the type of people that he's up against. These people they're not just gonna get arrested.
That's why exposure is so important. If you expose them, really, I know it's like a broken record, but just like Elon Musk did with Twitter when he bought it, first thing he did is threw the doors open and expose all the internal dark dealings, and that's what you got to do. What's done in the dark is brought to the light.
Yeah, and a lot of us sitting here in this room, we've heard about this stuff for a long time, and I've been made fun of for a long time for just even knowing about these kinds of things. But this is the part of the face of what we're up against. People that are intentionally impregnating women and forcing abortions and then using the fetal tissue and the organs of those babies to do these radical experiments. How far does it go? And how far does it tie in with all the USAID money that's been going out there? We're funding Planned Parenthood. And what is their role in some of this? There was also an article that came out about Jeffrey Epstein, and there was an abortion clinic he was tied to that was instrumental in covering up a lot of children, which is kind of surprising given from a guy that wants to freeze his head in his penis after he died. But a lot of those, and a lot of people, the angle that the media is writing it from is saying, well, he's just covering up because he didn't want those pregnancies to be known and he needed access given he's raping them. Well, how do we know that's all it was? Obviously, if they're into this kind of thing, there's probably contracts with these agencies, and they simultaneously hurt these children, they hurt women, then they take them to these clinics, and then they experiment on the fetal tissue. You have to understand the level of evil that we're up against, the level of evil that is surrounding Trump and everybody that's just trying to do the right thing and release these files.
Do you know who really terrifies me?
Who's that?
The ones that none of us know about.
That's my point.
That's who terrifies me. The ones that none of us know about. And I promise you, they do far worse than anything Jeffrey Epstein has ever done.
Oh,
will never.
It's stuff you can't repeat. I wouldn't want to repeat it.
We don't even know what it is.
No, your
mind can't go there.
Some of these stories I've heard from one of these witnesses that apparently she came out in the UK. I forget her name, but she talked about how she was abducted, she was raped, and they had a dining room in this huge mansion where they had people that were starving to death in these cages. This sounds totally made up. I get it. Sounds totally made up. She testified that she saw, basically, she was in one of those cages in the dining room where all these wealthy people would come in there. They would eat in front of these starving people and just watch them in their cage. And just, can you imagine what kind of level you see? And I bring this up too because we can't relate to this kind of stuff.
No,
we can't. You can't. We can't think of something like this on our own.
You don't want to relate
and
to this kind of stuff. You can't
make it, and it's a evil megalomania. If you look at democide numbers over the past century, democide number is an unnatural cause of death caused by government interactions, and
with their own people,
own people,
democide refers to.
Starvation campaigns. When you put it in the context of this stuff. And then the hundreds of millions of people, not tens of millions, hundreds of millions that have died over a century alone. Now you understand what we're up against. Now you kind of get, this isn't some Democratic Republican kind of fight.
No,
this is a deep good versus evil type of battle. This is a godly type of war in every aspect of the word, because nobody has any idea how bad this stuff goes. Intentionally starving masses of millions of people.
There's like out there rumors of that, like COVID was mass sacrifice, like a mass sacrifice.
Yeah,
I've heard that argument. I'm not sure if that's true, but I wouldn't be surprised.
Well, and when you look at it in these contexts and these
Sacrifice.
campaigns that are work out, because they operate out of fear. So the first thing they do is to get you to freak out over, the latest one now, and I'm going to cover this on the next show is this measles outbreak. Every year before flu season comes out, you get the vaccination camp. And I'm not saying none of that is true. All I'm alluding to is these type of pseudoscientific organizations and everything they're involved in what's supposed to be helping cure us, and they're in the FDA. They're in these approval processes of what gets fed to us here in America. Red Dye 40, you can do a whole show on that and what it's done to kids.
Yeah. That's why I'm glad to
as-
see Robert Kennedy Jr. in there.
So we've got a lot of good players. This is and Stuart, this is what I want to talk to you about is what kind of unique opportunity we have before us given Trump's cabinet picks and where this could really go, and express your level of optimism and where we sit today.
It's a good team together now, but it's like you said, the bad guys are going to fight back. They're going to do a false flag, another pandemic. They'll fight back in some way. Got to expect that. So I think it's important to move fast, and just like General Patton, attack.
Yeah.
Don't get inside the OODA loop. Move so fast that they're reacting what you already did. That's why I want to see exposure. I want to see
Exposure,
disclosure,
yeah.
exposure, declassification, and then prosecutions, and go fast. And you'll roll them up. Do to them what they did to us. Theirs was a fake conspiracy. Theirs is the real one.
Yeah.
But you roll the lower ones out, they'll turn on the bigger ones and keep going up the hill.
Yeah, and then it's obvious. Once you get to a certain level and they start touching stuff like this, I think that's when it's going to get interesting. I'm very hopeful that I think Robert F. Kennedy Jr. I think that's where a lot of this really freaky kind of stuff is going to start kind of pouring out a little bit. And we're just on the cusp of March. It's the end of February right now, so we got a long way to go. Trump's got an uphill battle, but I think he's doing all that he can. He has definitely gone full tilt. This isn't the 2016 presidency. This is something different entirely.
Right.
And keep that in mind for, what I worry about right now is a panic level event, something that gets us all off track to steer course away from what's about to be uncovered. Because I think we're just scratching the surface. More people than ever. And really, when you said, what's the quote you say about God and the bad things, and then
what man means for evil, God can use for good, and it's been observed by other people. It's true, I think, that if Trump had he won the election in 2020, it was stolen from him.
Yep.
But if he had been recognized as the winner and had the second term at that point, it wouldn't be anywhere near as good as it is
would
now.
not have been able to.
That's such a beautiful way to put it, because I feel like it's absolutely true. There's not a lot of coincidences in this world. And I think you can say the same thing about COVID. A lot more people now are skeptical compared to pre-COVID.
Right, which makes it harder for them to pull a false flag manipulation.
I think it's 10 times harder in this aspect now. So I'm very hopeful, and we'll see what comes about. But I do want to thank everybody for listening in. We're at 4 hours and 49 minutes. Very, very grateful. Stuart, man, thank you so much for bearing with us,
Lots
man.
of bad ass going on over here, but
Brother, let me tell you something, man.
I dealt with it.
In all seriousness, first of all, thank God you're out.
Oh,
Yeah, man.
Thank God. Thank
Good to
God that
be
he kept you safe. And I know that it was God's hand on you.
Oh, of course. Just like
That
God's
kept you
hand on
safe.
President Trump.
Absolutely. You do know that.
Oh, yeah, I understand.
Folks, I'm telling you, this man is one of the most genuine people we've ever dealt with. And so thank God that you're out. Thank God that he kept you safe. Thank God for the lessons you've learned. Thank God for connecting with us. Thank God that you had a relationship with Travis's dad, Rose's husband, the man whose legacy that we really have a deep desire to remember and to move forward with. That is what Defiance is all about. It's about the legacy that Mr. David Thomas Roberts started, his vision, his love for Texas, his love for freedom, his love for liberty. It was those things that's the only reason why any of this is here. and we'll never forget that. But he had a special relationship with you. He and I were planning on coming out to see you in prison shortly before he passed away. I spent a week with him here on the ranch the week before he passed away. And we were, I believe he had reached out to you or Mel, maybe, I don't know, but we were trying to get some passes or something done.
Yeah, you gotta apply for permission to visit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And he was really looking forward. I was looking forward to coming. We were going to have a great time, and it wasn't going to be a great time, but we were looking forward to the privilege, honor to be able to visit with you, see you, meet you. Dave had the utmost respect for you. He said, and Dave didn't say this about very many people. He didn't, but he said, you were a stand-up guy. That's what he said. That's what he said about you. He said, you were a stand-up guy. And when the FBI reached out to him, and he had a feeling, he said, man, I think this is going to be somebody. He says, they can threaten me with whatever they want. He said, I'm not rolling over, whatever. And thank God, again, God intervened and made that. Listen, who knows? But I'm just telling you, thank you so much for coming out here and
my
you and
pleasure,
Milton,
yeah.
because you've been putting up with me, first of all. But, and I'm sorry, Travis, I didn't mean to.
No,
but,
keep going.
But there's not many people left. There's not many people like you.
No, there's a lot. There's quite a few.
Well,
yeah. So there
there may be more than we think, but
are.
at the end of the day, Stewart, I'm telling you, there's a lot of dirt bags. There's a lot of people that aren't
that's
solid.
one of the silver linings of all of this is, this, like President Trump got to see who was loyal to him and who wasn't, who was legit, who wasn't. It's a separating of the wheat from the chaff. And what I like about like Tulsi Gabbard, Robert Kennedy Jr., Kash Patel, they're people that have proven up.
Yeah.
They've gone through persecution. They didn't bend the knee, kiss the ring. They just stood fast. So I think he's got a good team.
I couldn't agree with you more. And I think that's what's going to start happening in a lot of, we're going to find each other.
Right.
And I think some of the people that we end up connecting with and finding are not going to be from, the conservative organizations or the
Right.
They're going to be, I think
They're going to be where we need them.
where we need them, and
well,
from
like-
where and they're going to have unique experiences and,
Yeah.
and
Like
insights.
the crossover from the Democratic Party. You got
Yeah.
Tulsi Gabbard and Robert Kennedy Jr. I mean, when Ron Paul ran for office in 2008, ran for presidency, we got a lot of walkaways. Those original walkaways back then. A lot of Democrats came over. In fact, a lot of the folks that helped me as found Oath Keepers were former Democrats who came into the Republican Party because of Ron Paul, because he was a sincere anti-war candidate,
Yes.
sincere, pro Bill of Rights, and they realized that Hillary Clinton was just corrupt and a warmonger, and so they came over and crossed over, and the same thing happened with Reagan, and now the same thing's happening again with Trump. So I think it's fantastic. The divide and conquer is not working like it used to.
Yeah, this is a very incredible time we're living in, and again, we're very honored to have you here, Stewart. I hope you do get back on social media soon.
You too.
To get your voice out there and really just kind of echo. A lot of the stuff we covered on today's show is just awesome. I mean, there's some things that are just horror stories, and Stewart has a depth of knowledge like no other. Plus, he's lived through the experience of being grinded through this machine.
Right. That's why I want to volunteer to help. I love to work with Loudermilk's committee, with Kash Patel, to go in and just to help them unravel this and expose it all.
So why don't you tell some folks what groups you're part of, what do you want to promote, and where we can find you?
So I'm working for Condemned USA now as a national spokesman. They helped me when I was in prison, and our goal is to help others. No man left behind, no man or woman. And we have like Tina Peters. We have other people out there who now being persecuted. Still some in federal court, unfortunately, but also increasingly in state court. Wherever the Democrats are in power, the deep state's in power, they're gonna persecute people. So I was at the NRB convention, the National Christian Broadcasters Convention in Dallas, reaching out to, we have a lot of pro-life protesters that have been persecuted as well. So we're all about that. But really, a big picture is out of this is going to come good. I know that in DC jail, we had guys that were in DC jail from DC who told me that they were glad to see that we got sent there, because it was the only time they saw improvement in their conditions. That for decades, people have been complaining about the conditions in DC jail, but only because of J6ers that we saw progress. I hope the same thing happens when it comes to reform of prosecutorial misconduct across the country, federal and state level, and also in the prisons. We need quite a bit of reform.
Yeah. And there's it's also something to be said. There's still a lot of people that are incarcerated. I mean, outside of just January 6th,
Tremendous numbers.
Yeah, you have who's the doctor here in Texas? I think that's one of them here. I mean, there's quite a few different. So what a noble cause, and anybody that's out there that's having trouble accessing social media or getting interviews, just give a shout to Stewart and see how I can help you, or give us a shout. We'd be happy to host you. We're not scared of airing who we're told not to talk to and all other kinds of things. We're not scared of doing it. That's the
No,
spirit of my pops.
we're not scared.
That's the
That's
eternal
right.
vigilance side
That's
of this.
Dave.
So yeah,
That's
I
right.
want to thank you again, Stuart, for coming and joining us.
Appreciate
And what social media are you on right now?
I'm
where
on
we can find
Rumble.
you?
So OK Stewart Rhodes on Rumble. That's still there. And I'm also on Substack. So stewartrhodes.substack.com.
Awesome.
So
Well, Stuart, I
and I
do
have a
hope.
Give Send Go too if they want to focus.
Yeah. Give that out. Give
What
that
is
out.
it?
Plug that out.
Let me go look it real quick. But yeah, I've got a Give Send Go I've had for a while, and when folks look at it, it's like it says 30,000 raised. That money's all gone by now. It's
Yeah.
long since gone. So I could definitely use a shot in the arm as I rebuild my life. Let me find it real
Yeah,
quick.
folks, all these people that are out, and I was talking with Mel. There was a fellow that just got shot
In
by
Indiana,
a police
What-
officer in Indiana.
Right.
I don't know much about him. Saw
Well,
some of the video.
J6er, and so the concern I have is that all of us, when a cop pulls us over, it's going to say, DVE, domestic violent extremists. That's a label that's put on us by the FBI.
Yeah.
So I hope one of the first things Cash Patel does is clean that out. Like when I fly, I get Quad S treatment. I can't fly. I'm on the no permission, no fly list. No flying without permission is what it really is.
Yeah.
So the same thing they did with Tulsi Gabbard, the Quiet Skies program. It's been used to harass us. And to this day, when I flew to Texas this last time, same thing, Quad S. I got to get permission. They got to call DHS, get permission for me to fly, and I get searched at every gate.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Well, I think there's definitely a reason you're out and you're here now and you're speaking. And I think more and more opportunities will open up for you. And how can people support you right now?
So the Give Send Go is givesendgo.com/GAF5B. So phonetically, that's Golf Alpha Foxtrot number 5 Bravo, GAF5B. That's the Give Send Go.
You got that up on the screen, don't you, Travis?
I'm trying to get it here.
Givesendgo.com and then /GAF5B.
That's
And-
givesendgo.com. For those of you watching on video, you can look at the Give Send Go link, GAF5B. That's for Stewart Rhodes. You can also type into Google Give Send Go for Stewart Rhodes. Get in there, show your support. A lot of these January 6ers that have been out, they're going to need your support too. It's an uphill battle for a lot of them, and not everybody's in a unique position. And
most of us, we lost everything. I lost my Harley was the worst thing I lost. My truck.
Well,
my Harley.
you couldn't work for
So-
2 years. You could. I mean,
3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
I mean,
Yeah.
you
Been wiped out.
wiped out to
Yeah,
pay
that's okay.
attorneys. I know,
I'll
and
keep
you know
bouncing
what? And that's one of the reasons why we really respect you. You've never, you've never cried about it. You never whined about it. But you know what? We're great things are coming, Stewart.
Yeah, well, I want to see, I want to see the deep state defeated.
Yes.
That's my life mission.
Amen, brother.
So
We're
whatever we
with
gotta
you.
do, yeah.
We're with you. Okay. So
all right. Well, I appreciate everybody tuning in. You're watching the Defiance Daily Show. It is Friday, February 28th at 4:01 p.m. Central Time from Comanche Rose Ranch. God bless all of you. Stay reliant, stay with God, and God bless you all. Thank you for joining.
thank you guys.
Cool.